there was good inside of them still. Don't forget who owns you, Rodney.
Aren't you one of NRW's outside kids? Well, don't cross her. She's worse on her inside kids.
What are you doing back here so soon?
I'm gonna figure out what's really going on here. Because something in my gut tells me we're not getting the whole story.
But if NRW finds out you're watching her, she's gonna keep you drugged and you're never gonna get out of here.
You know you're gonna die in here. Or get yourself killed. Rodney!
You're a lot more like me than you think.
Screw that.
God, you're so evil.
So I'm evil? How can you be so naive? These drug addicts and pillheads around here, most of them will never get clean.
No, NRW, please. You could be our savior.
Sweetie, I am your savior.
I think we fought a good fight.
The facts are just a lot less dramatic than Miss Beverly would like us to believe.
You're not doing this anymore.
No, Daddy, no!
Listen. In fact, we'll keep doing this with you.
There is no lie
Just love you.
that Mr. Beverly will not
I won't
cross.
for you. You're my everything. Look, I've read the reports. Just I love you. I'm your world.
Obviously driving her narrative.
From the beginning. It's just the beginning. You've been
You're not just fighting for you and your kids, but you're fighting for all of us.
He's taken enough away from me.
Boom, there you go. Those were the trailers for Final Recovery, streaming right now on Tubi, as well as Finding Nicole, streaming right now on Prime Video. Right? I think I got that right, Morgan?
Yeah.
Harley. Also, there you go. The Finding Nicole, Final Recovery. Go check them out. I'm KUYA P. This is Nerds Rule the World. As you see on the screen, I have the amazing Harley Wallen, who is the director as well as actor, producer on both of these projects. Harley, I'm gonna shoot off some air horns right now. It's in post because I love to celebrate my fellow creatives. Thank you for your time. You deserve all the love because as a fellow creative, as I told you earlier, man, it's a lot of work. And when you finally get it out, we gotta celebrate, man. We gotta take in those wins because it's our passion, it's our heart, it's our putting ourselves on the table with our arts, and that's what I live for, and I think you live for as well.
Amen to that. Absolutely. And the cool thing is, you know, people don't get it when they see the movie. To them, it's like it just happened. But for us, it's sitting down in development, talking about like what kind of story do we want to go after next. And then you come up with a few stories and then you come down to one story that you really love, sometimes two. You work on two scripts simultaneously, you do feedbacks and rewrites. And all of a sudden, it's been 6 months by the time you have something to work with. Then you got to go out and fund the film. And after you get the funds for it, you go into pre-production. You got to get your cast, your crew, your locations, your sets, all that stuff. And then you go to the fun part, which is shooting the film, where, you know, you're getting into the active production and you get to paint. And then at the end of that thing, for everybody else, it's pretty much over, but director, producer, you stay on and you grind with the editor. You have a sound team, you have a color team, you have a VFX team. You got to assemble all these things and make a final film. And then when that's done, you think you're done, but you're not. Now the whole different job begins where you got to now get out, get it in front of sales agents and distributors, and find the right home. It's like you're adopting your baby, and you're looking at who's going to help you raise it, or where you take it to school, or whatever it may be. And then after that starts the whole media and the film festival run, and I mean, it's crazy. So by the time you watch it on TV, it's been 2 years since it was made.
Exactly. So I salute you and your team. It takes a village, and it's a lot of long hours. It's a lot of hard work, and nothing but love and praise to your team, to anybody that just puts in the commitment for us to get this stuff that inspires us, that entertains us, that educates us. And I love everyone that influenced me in my life, and I'm sure you as well. So salute to you and your team, Harley.
Thank you.
And job well done. It's such a love of labor of love, excuse me.
Yeah.
I love that. So I had the pleasure of checking out Final Recovery already. I still need to check out Finding Nicole.
Okay.
I want to know where these stories came from. You're director, producer on these. You act in some of this.
Yeah.
Where did Final Recovery come from?
Final Recovery. We had a friend of mine, Jasper Cole. He's been kind of a journeyman for the last 20, 30 years. He's been in like everything, big shows, big films, often in a smaller role. And he has a good friend of his that wrote a script that was originally a drama, believe it or not. And we started talking about this. They had a couple of co-writers, and they wanted to make a horror movie. But they said, but this whole idea, we love this idea with the addict. We love this person somehow kind of coming back from nothing. So it was a straight up drama. And then we said, I got this. I know what we're going to do with this. We're going to create a Hotel California style rehab center where you can check out anytime you want, but you can never leave. And I was like, boom. I loved the whole idea of it. We came together real fast, and we shot this literally within 6 months of the script being completed, which is kind of insane. But it was a lot of fun because we got to see this labor of love from 20 years ago go through a metamorphosis and becoming something so much cooler and a wild ride for an audience where you don't really know what's up and down some of the time at this place called Sage. So it was a great time. I think one of my favorite. I felt like everybody was making the same movie when we were on set. It was really cool.
Awesome. So yeah, I checked this out. You have this wild character. Can you tell me, without spoilers, because we want people to check it out, again, streaming on Prime Video right now. Can you tell me about production, casting this wild older woman? And with all respects to the actress, I'm sorry, but she's a mature woman who's has these plans, and he's got you as one of her underlings, and just the whole kind of concept of it. What do you hope people like take from it as well? I think I just compiled another question in there, but passing this film and this like the messaging in this.
Yeah, so I think the big thing is to show what trauma can do. So in her young days, her father was killed by an addict right in front of her eyes. As she was a little kid, and then she had to live with this. And I think she probably had really good intentions about helping when she started this thing, but at some point you realize you can't help everybody, and if you can't help everybody, then what's plan B? And plan B gets just really twisted. You know what I mean? Like, is that a fair assessment?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's kind of how I look at it, is if you can't save everybody, but you can't have them out there killing your dad either, what do you do?
Yeah, it there's a lot of interesting questions that it portrays and goes in on. With the I don't want to spoil but the work of this actor, can we please give her a proper nod?
Yeah, Charlene Tilton's just incredible. I
Nails
mean,
it. She's got some
Lucy
great looks
from
that
I mean,
she
she's
delivers.
just I mean, she laid down. And the funny thing is, I knew it when Jasper said, I have this friend of mine that I've been dying to work with, that I would love to get into this. Do you think she could do this? And I talked to Charlene and we started talking about this. And she was leaning towards Hannibal Lecter and Red Dragon. I'm like, yes. You are absolutely getting what we want to do with this. And then, you know, we talked on the phone and texted, and we came up with this Christmas theme and the Christmas sweaters that was not even in the script. So we added that whole layer to give it that atmosphere because I wanted that to have that. It's that juxtaposition of Christmas and happy and bright and colorful while demented. To me is such an incredible place. And then I wanted to play the rehab center kind of straight up with people from all walks of life with all kinds of challenges, and then show that when they became motivated, they were able to overcome. So it's like it's bubblegum with layers, and at the end of it, there's a pretty satisfactory reward as well.
Yeah, there's some interesting art direction that because you're the director on this. That I'm curious where you played around with lights and no light, like, and where it's coming in and out. And I don't want again towards the end. Can you tell me just some of the things that you as a director and as a creative that you were building out into this that you had planned and looking forward to, and those choices, if you will?
Yeah, I think, you know, when we were looking at inspirations for this, we talked an awful lot about that. And we talked about, you know, at that last one where they, you know, he is obviously getting drugged. And even though he gets something to stop the effects, before that all kicks in, he goes on a wild trip. And we... one of the things that I love is experiential films where you get to kind of be in it for a little bit. Sometimes you're a fly on the wall, and sometimes you're right there with them. And I wanted to do that high that you're in the crazy with him and running through the halls. I also liked playing with these lights about giving it that harsh feel and harsh look when you were in the harsh place when things were going bad, but lighten it up when things were going well, so that there was almost a hint of what was coming. It's like the Jaws sound for your eyes. So those were some of the things that we tried to do to kind of play a little bit with the audience and their participation.
I dug that. I as an artist, you know, I love when we can experiment with our art. Experiment with our art. Like you started off, I remember when I was watching it, you had it in black and white initially, right?
Yeah, black and white with
some color
red
for the
accents.
blood splatter.
The red accents from the Christmas lights and the bow and the blood.
Yeah, I dig that. And then you translated into the you know the rest of the colors came into the film.
Yes.
Then, again, you played around with it again, and so from artist to artist, I love that, and it's inspiring. And
thank you.
Ways we can play with the camera to tell our tale.
Yes.
Yeah.
So, that's one of my favorite things is to look for different avenues to tell the story. One of the things that we had originally planned for that we ended up not fully using because we felt that it may have been a little too much, but we had a clock in every single room. And if you notice, we kind of started or ended on it at times, and the clock was always a player. And we were thinking about having that, if you remember the Christopher Nolan, the tick-tock of time, impending doom. So that was what we were originally thinking with the score and everything else. And then I think by committee, they decided that they wanted to not take it that far with the storytelling. That was my original idea, is to take it all the way there. But yeah, so we had all kinds of crazy plans even before we put the camera on anything of being creative and and giving the audience some, because there's so many films and a lot of it's the same. So if you don't find a way to stick out a little bit, then why are they going to pick your movie over a 20 million or a $50 million blockbuster? So if you're an indie film and you don't take chances and you don't like dare to be creatively different, I think you're in trouble.
Yeah,
That's
you got to
just
separate
me.
yourself from the pack. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. So Final Recovery, again, available on Prime Video right now, y'all. Go check it out. And we also have Finding Nicole. So we're staying with dramas. You put out 2 dramas recently, Harley.
Yeah.
Where did Finding Nicole from? Based on a true story that I saw as well.
Yeah. So in 2019, summer 2019, my lawyer, who was unfortunately passed since, so rest in peace, Bill DeBreff, he connected me with a woman that was approached by Netflix about getting her story on I Am a Stalker on Netflix. So she was working on the details for that, and the original agreement, I guess, said all right. So my lawyer convinced her that it should only be for the documentary. But are you interested in making a movie about your story? And she's like, yeah, but I don't even know where to start. And he goes, I have somebody you can meet, because I rep Harley as well. And he's a great guy, and I'd love to tell him about your story. So we met at a Starbucks, and she brought a bunch of police reports and everything else. It's a true case of domestic violence, and a story about inspiration and overcoming, actually, more than anything else. But she sat in there and she pitched this to me, and I was like feeling this odd thing that this was supposed to happen. I grew up in a household of domestic violence as a kid, and I literally haven't told anybody about this, but it was pretty rough. And I've been kind of embarrassed. I don't know if you know, but I was on the national team and fought in the cage. I'm a tough guy. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was gonna get into that because I'm like, damn, you are a badass, dude.
I mean, inducted in the Martial Arts Hall of Fame and all kinds of other fun stuff. On August 1st, I'm going to be with WXC, which is the #1 professional mixed martial arts organization in the Midwest. And I still call the action on the pay-per-view. But so I've never done anything about this. I never talked about this. And then I get this story in my lap, and I'm like, she has 2 kids. And I'm like, I can be the voice of one of her sons, because this is one of those things that I really, and then I thought to myself, too emotionally close to me. I'm a writer, but I'm better when I write with somebody else. So I said yes. And then I went after a writer and literally pitched somebody that I didn't think I was going to be able to get. He's got a best-selling book and all kinds of other stuff. And I've been wanting to work with him, and I've kind of talked to him, and it was a little bit out of my range. But for this one, I just felt like he was the guy. So I was doing everything I could to get the buddy rate. And after I pitched him, he was in before we even talked money. Come to find out, he grew up in a home of domestic violence. And it really just dawned on me what an epidemic this is and how we have to stand up to it and against it. So that's kind of what this film is. It's a film that's more than anything else for victims. Most of the people that have watched this film that have been a victim say, I feel heard, I feel seen. We've done special screenings. They flew us out to Salt Lake City, Utah for domestic violence, and had just an incredible night with a community of people who many of them had lost a loved one to domestic violence. So this has just been an incredible journey. And we had Nicole, the actual Nicole, alongside for the whole ride. So from meeting with us, she was a part of writing with me and Jeff Calhoun. And then when we were on set and filming, she was on set with us. She, as a counselor, brought in a psychotherapist to have us help the people who were acting to make sure that some of these things that we had to touch on. And you know how acting is. It's like you have to take a bite of the apple. You don't have to eat the whole apple, but you have to go there enough that you can give it to the audience. So some pretty traumatic things in this, and having a psychotherapist on set from U of M, nonetheless. So like a big time phenomenal woman who was there with us, and we created this thing. And I'm honestly more proud of that film than anything I've ever done because of the layers that it speaks to me in my life. And my mom just passed earlier this year. So to make this film a bit in her honor, in Nicole's honor, who's been a big inspiration, and then having Bill and Nicole pick my wife to play Nicole. So there's like pressure right out of the gate, and I'm like, are you going to be cool with this? Because I'm like, this film has to go there. So if we're going to go there, that means you're going there. So it was a pretty intense shoot, but it created incredible bonds. Mari G, who plays Warren, phenomenal guy, very much a part of this, very much grounded, and became close with us going through this. The experience itself has been amazing.
Wow, that's beautiful. Commend you and your entire team. My condolences on with you and your family.
Thank you.
I can just see how powerful and important this is to have done this film. So salute to everybody on here. Wow, that's just super powerful. And important and why and it's an honor that we get as creatives to bring to life people's stories. It's a responsibility, and then when it's personally touches you, just to get it right and to get it and to take care of your team. So to hear that you also did all that, that's kudos and just beautiful.
Thank you.
For you all to have done that.
Thank you.
With that being said, and I was going to bring that up. You worked with your wife on this, Katie Wallen. What was that like? Me and my wife, like, we love each other when we're at home, but there's something when we get away that work kind of gets us away from each other, right? What was it like directing your wife? What was that collaboration like?
So I've been doing it now for 10 years. So it's we have a really good relationship. And I think the reason why I think it works so well for us is that I felt like we became best friends right out of the gate. Like as a couple, we are so many things. We are business partners and we complete each other. It's like a lot of people, they want to find somebody like them. But I don't know if that's the right way to go. I think often you need somebody who's strong where you're weak and tall where you're short and all those things. And I think we do that for each other really, really well. And we trust each other. So she handles almost all the locations. She does almost all the castings. She does really important things. And I just share my vision with her as clearly as I possibly can. And she gets me so well that I can't ask for a better partner. We are so on the same page. I love working with her, and her performance in Finding Nicole, she's in Final Recovery as well. But I love how she can wear such different characters. And when you watch the movie and see her in Final Recovery as the sister of one of the addicts, and then see her as Nicole, it is completely different characters. And she's got I think she's kind of like my best kept secret, in all honesty. She's phenomenal on screen. She's a really strong producer. She's great with order and the metrics. She's great at schedules and making sure that everything gets done. And I can focus on being really creative, which is what I love more than anything.
I love that. Shout out to you and shout out to your amazing partner and Katie.
Yeah.
We need to have those rocks in our corners and having that, being the dynamic duo to support each other as we conquer the world.
Dynamic trio. Joe Williamson, my manager, who's also works as part-time publicist with me, and he produces with me. He's another partner that just like we just complete each other's sentences, and it's just like so cool to have built a team, and I'm still looking for pieces in this. We just worked on a film called Fathers, a psychological thriller. It's essentially about a kid that gets kidnapped at age 10 by a guy who claims to be your real dad. And then you go on the journey to find out what's true. But we just did this thing, and I worked with a couple of new people, a new editor, Bradford, who just literally completed and is uploading the Vimeo for the file for my sales agent right now. So it's so giddy, but like I'm finding all these key pieces, and I can just see how it's all coming together, and everything is getting stronger each and every film. And I'm still looking for these pieces. So if you're watching this and you're into this, I'm a collaborator. If you're passionate, if you're dying to make your best film ever, if you want to just create something that will just blow people's minds, let's talk. That's what I want to do. I am so far away from making my best film ever, but my best one yet's going to be my next. And I'm going to just keep that attitude and chase other people who are like that.
Let's go. I love
Let's
that
talk,
attitude,
man.
Harley. Shout out to your team. Shout out to Joe, because Joe hooked this all up.
Yeah,
as well.
He's amazing.
So it's great to have a great team in your corner. Because, man, a lot of times when we're going hard, as we spoke of earlier, man, sometimes you're doing it alone, and you get a collective together. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. But a lot of times you feel like you're the only one in the game sometimes. So it's great to hear that you have some dope people in your corner. I love that for you, man. That's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, that's my favorite part about this is I've locked arms now with a few people, and we have more people that are in the mix with us. But I'm talking about the ones that you're just like you and me, and like, you know, where you're just like, we're gonna do this thing together until we die. And I just don't ever see us three changing. It's just gonna. You know, we're going to sit there one day at an Oscar table, and somebody from our table is going to walk up and get it. The rest of us are going to be clapping. That's what we're hoping for, man. That's what we're working towards.
I'm gonna put that energy into the atmosphere, man. I'm an energy. We're actors. We're creatives. We're universal beings, man. We vibe.
Yes, indeed.
I love that. So let me take you back, man. I got to know, because I think you're so fascinating. As I was, you know, again, shout out to Joe, looking into your past work, watching Final Recovery. I still got to check out Finding Nicole. And just finding out as you said earlier, you're a fighter, but you're also a dancer. And then you kind of shifted from that out for a little bit, but then you got back into film. You got into acting and filmmaking. Dude, what is this crazy life of Harley Wallen, man? Like, where did like the fighting start into breakdancing? Like, you're like living your best life. I love it for you. Like, how did this passion start? What was your first love? Was it fighting and then it evolved, or was it just a combination and you found entry into these things along the way? Like, I'm curious.
I think it was a lot about trying a lot of things. You know, I have had the unfortune of losing a lot of people way before their time. And I think I've seen a lot of people that kind of just dug their own grave from it. It was like it took a big chunk out of them. And I was like, that's so backwards. Like, why don't I live for them? Why don't I take them in me and with me on my journey, and why don't I live for them too? So that's kept me young, it's kept me active, it's kept me chasing my dreams, and I'm just not going to stop. But it started probably with martial arts. I think my martial arts what gave me the foundation to work really hard, and to know that it's not immediate. You know, you're grinding away, and you do tournaments, and the minute that you win a tournament, that means you open for a bigger tournament, and you get humbled again, and then you go and you grow at the pace that you're capable of. And that's the thing, like, we're all on a journey, and that journey is just gonna be amazing if you just keep pushing. So I started with the martial arts, and I was really bad when I started, in all honesty. I was kind of clumsy, and I didn't have very good body control. And I think what helped me a lot was that I lost literally everything. The first 4 or 5 years of competing, I was on a great day, I was mediocre. So it taught me to be humble, and that anyone can beat you, and even if you're having a great day, there's going to be somebody else. And I think that's a really good way of existing, is to be proud of what you're doing, but don't get full of yourself. Don't believe your hype. So when I started winning, I had both of my feet on the ground, and all of a sudden, I started elevating and competing for my country, and that was really cool. And I was so willing to try things. So back in the day, before MMA was even a thing, it was, people called it Bushido. They called it No Holds Bar. It was all kinds of these different titles. But back then, shoot fighting, whatever else. So I existed in that space, and it was all prize fighting, but it was pretty limited. And I was just lucky because I was a 5th-degree black belt in judo, and a 1st-degree black belt in jiu-jitsu, and a 1st-degree black belt in taekwondo. So I was well-rounded when everybody else was doing one thing.
Yeah.
So I went in and I started dominating and doing really, really well in Europe. And then when I moved here to the States, I kind of went the coach route instead, because I didn't even know where to find anything. So I started coaching, and I ran the competition judo team for Mark Tripp, who trained Dan Severin for his UFC fight.
Wow.
So it was really, really cool experience dealing with all that. When I was younger, I got into breakdancing as I was doing all this, and I just fell in love with that. And because we got good enough, we started being asked to do shows for different events and everything else. And all of a sudden, we were going all over Europe doing shows. So yeah, I've lived a lot. I recorded a couple of songs.
Oh my gosh!
Rapped. Like, if you go to YouTube, there are a couple of these music videos and stuff still around from, I think late '80s or something. And it's like, so I've lived like 10 lives already. But I just love it. I love sucking the essence out of life. It's like Dead Poet Society. I really feel like that. I think most people miss the boat on life. I think that they settle. And I don't mean that you have to go and do extraordinary things, but you can't just hunker down and hate your life and work 9 to 5 all week, go out and drink with your friends, and then blow off the weekend, go golfing. And there's more.
Yeah.
Like, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of success. Go out there and live. Yes, you might not make every strike every time. Sometimes you're going to get a gutter ball, but at least you're doing what you love. At least you're going after who you felt you were made to be, the things in your heart, the things in your soul that you're dying to get out. And the more you do it, the more you feel like, holy smokes, this is therapy. Like, this therapy for me. And then I get the calls from the audience members when I go to festivals or when I'm at a premiere, that is connecting with them, and I am recharging their batteries because they have made the choice of living a life maybe that is not everything they want, and our films gives them that little escape from their reality. And sometimes in Finding Nicole, we make people go, what can I do about this? This is a big problem. We got to fix this. In Final Recovery, you start thinking about, am I too judgmental about people? Am I her?
Yeah.
Do I have that harsh way about me, about others? Or do I enable it? Am I an enabler?
Right.
Like all these things that we should ask ourselves, and we should just get better and better every day. If we were just kept running that knife up and down that, it's going to be sharp.
Yeah.
And that's what we can do with our lives if we choose.
Definitely agree. I love that for you, Harley. And I want the Harley Wallen story, because I found that just so entertaining reading about that. And now, you're discovering yourself in film, and now you're kind of taking these stories. I was actually half curious. Have you thought maybe even doing the Harley Wallen story of just
that's for somebody else?
Somebody else has to do it.
Yeah, well, it's just, I used to say I don't have an ego, which is baloney, because at the end of the day, to do what we do, you have to have an ego, because nobody's going to be like, hey, I want to direct all of you 100 people for the next 6 months to make a movie of a story that I think I can tell over other people. To even think that, you have to have an ego. But I don't have like an inflamed ego. So for me to tell a story about me, no, not gonna happen. Just not in me. I'm Swedish too, which means I'm not good like compliment peer to peer or somebody saying good job. Thank you. I always like to say I have a great team. I'm blessed to have incredible people around me making me look good because that's how I feel. I know I play a role in this all. I definitely understand that. But at the end of the day, like you said, making a movie takes a village. I don't care how good anybody is at their one job. If that's all we have that's good, it ain't going to be a good movie.
I hear you. I just think it's fascinating. And I just think your life could be a film, and I would definitely check it out. I will. So anybody out there that are super fans and maybe on Harley Wallen's team, hey, let's get that going because I think it would be fascinating.
I'll happily tell my story if somebody ever decided that they wanted to, and then they can do what they want with it. That's cool with me.
That would be awesome. All right, Harley. Again, let me remind everybody for you that Final Recovery as well as Finding Nicole are available on streaming right now, Prime Video and Tubi. Go check it out. But before I let you go, sir, again, this is a pleasure to meet you. I hope you can come back and let Joe know as well. Bring him back so we could talk about other upcoming projects. Because I'm looking right now. I have you up on IMDb. You have quite a few projects in development as well as some in post. Can we show or talk on them? You brought up Fathers. That looks very interesting. Can we just highlight some of them for people to expect?
Fathers is the one that's closest to being released. So that one is literally completed, and it goes to a couple sales agents tomorrow. I'm going to see kind of what the interest is at the moment for something like that. It has a bit of an A24 vibe. It has a bit of a mystery, psychological thriller with a lot of deception, because I think we live in a world right now in the macro, you're talking about our politics, and there's a lot of deception. I don't care what side of this thing you're on. And to be honest with you, we should probably not be on sides. I think we should be independent and not identify with parties, because when you start becoming loyal to something external, sometimes they'll take you for a ride and you won't notice that you're in the woods till you're there. So I think we got to be really careful. But that's kind of what this film is also about. It's about mis and disinformation and how easy you end up on a slippery slope making bad decisions when you don't know what you need to know to make decisions. So that's kind of the ride of Fathers. We are actually planning to return this fall to another domestic violence story. This one is also a true story, but a very different story, a very different predator and victim when you're looking at it from the outside. But it's a wild story. And I'll be honest with you, you could easily call it a horror movie. This guy was a monster, and I'm thankful that he's not around when we tell this story, because not a good human being whatsoever. So that's kind of where we're going next. The story's called Killing Jenny, and it's kind of what I hope to be a bit of a thing that we do, is making someone's story in some way, shape, or form of overcoming craziness. And Killing Jenny has just the wildest story attached to it. And it's set in a really intriguing place in the music industry where, when you're watching this Diddy stuff, it just seems like when you can have and do whatever you want, some people pick some really twisted stuff, and that's kind of what happened here. Whether it's from personal trauma, in this case, I don't know enough into the backstory, and I'll be honest with you, I don't want to have empathy for him as I'm conquering this, because I don't want to have that shadowing anything I do. I want to tell the story from Jenny's perspective, because what she went through, it is a miracle that she is alive.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what's next. We're in the pretty early funding stages of that film. So anybody interested in talking about being a part of that on the financial side, or kind of anywhere in the system, I'd love to hear people talk about it. But obviously, you can't cast it or crew it till we have the budget. So right now, that's kind of where we are. We're hoping to wrap up budgeting probably by the end of August, and then shoot this one in the fall, probably like November.
Wow. All right.
Yeah.
Well, if you need actors, hey, holla at your boy. I'm trying to get back into
Let's
acting.
stay in touch, man.
Awesome, Harley. Well, Harley, congratulations on Final Recovery, as well as Finding Nicole. Father's coming soon. How can people support you, follow you? I'm gonna have all the links in the description, but for those that might be commuting while checking out this interview and have better memory than I do sometimes, how can they follow you and check you out online?
Yeah, no, definitely. I think one of the things that's cool is if you go to Prime or Tubi, most of my films are there. So instead of remembering all the titles to all the movies, just remember Harley Wallen, search my name. You're gonna get a slew of films. I'm in many as an actor, so find the ones that say director, producer if you want to see kind of the work that comes from within when it comes to the big picture. If you're just interested in seeing me lay down a role, then just search me as an actor. But that's a great place. And I also run all my own social media. I don't have anybody handling any of that stuff. I am not as active as I'd like to be, because I am a busy guy. I'm a husband and a father and a homeowner, and we have pets to make it almost a zoo. So I have a lot on my plate. So don't be frustrated with me, but I do. All the interactions are with me, whether it's on Instagram or Facebook, or I'm still even on Twitter, whatever they call it now. But yeah, I'm kind of everywhere. So Harley Wallen, pretty easy to find. And I don't take any of this stuff for granted. I said that before we started this. So when it comes to fans and people that are interested in being a part, I'm just excited that you picked me. You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. I'm like, there's a million people out there, and you picked me. I'm honored.
I love that vibe. I love that energy, Harley. That you just sound like a super cool cat, man. Salute to you, to Joe, to Katie, and you have a great team around you. I love that for you. That's awesome.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming through, talking about these projects. Please come back as Father starts to roll out, as that other film gets funded, because that idea sounds great. Finding Jenny, I think is what you said.
Killing Jenny.
Killing Jenny. Oh, I'm mixing up Finding Nicole.
Yeah.
That sounds awesome. Please come back. I want to give you your flowers, and hopefully we can find each other on a set again one day.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
That'd be fun.
Dig your energy, brother.
I appreciate you, man. Everybody, that is the amazing Harley Wallen. Go check out Final Recovery on Prime Video, as well as Finding Nicole on Tubi, as well as all the other great films. Father's coming soon. All of Harley's links are in the description below. We'll have them back as soon as these other projects drop, so we can throw some more flowers at them. Thank you, Harley. I'm KUYA P. Nerds rule the world.
Nerds rule the world.
Pleasure chatting with you. Love to all my nerds who rule the world.
Nerds rule the world.
Yes, we do.
Thanks. Nerds rule the world.
Thank you.
I love the nerds ruling the world, so more power to you.
Patrick, what up, man? And yes, they do. Nerds rule the world, kid.
Yes,
You know what
sir.
I'm saying? I'm one of
Thank
them.
you. Awesome. KUYA P, nerds rule the world. Hello.
Yes, they do.
Oh,
Nerds rule the world.
I gotta.
It's in the title of your show, like Nerds Rule the World. Like, I want more Black weirdos on screen, and I don't feel like we ever get to see that very much.
Thank you so much. Nerds do rule the world.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Nerds rule. Love it.
Hello, Sarah. Hello, Julian.
Yes,
Rock on. I love it. Thank you so much.
It's good to see you. I love Nerds Rule the World.
But yeah, there's a heavy nerd component, man.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, if you ask me, nerds rule the world. So
Absolutely.
And you're right, nerds do rule the world.
we're just the best.
Yes.
Thank you, ladies.
Nerds so much.
Yes. Thank you, guys.
Bye.
It's your boy KUYA P, Nerds Rule the World. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate you.
do. They rule the world all right.
Yes. Take care, Tony. Thank you, guys.